In today's session, we'll be discussing about elimination reaction. Elimination reaction is also called as dehydrohalogenation reaction and also termed as beta elimination. Let us see that what it is. Now in elimination reaction, we are eliminating something. So when we are removing it out, actually we are converting the saturated compound to unsaturated compound. Right? Let us see with a perfect example. So in this chapter, obviously we are preferring with our alkyl halide. Let me start with the simplest alkyl halide, where I have my ethane group, that is ethane. We are taking our simplest alkyl halide group. Right? So this reaction is done with the help of alcoholic KOH group. We are heating it out. The elimination reaction, we are eliminating a hydrogen and a halogen, and therefore this reaction is also termed as dehydrohalogenation reaction, removing a hydrogen and a halogen. Here I don't have any option. I have only two carbon atom over here, the simple alkyl halide. So I get my product as CH. I have already eliminated the hydrogen and the halogen. You can see over here this carbon valency is not completed. So obviously I have to complete it by putting the double bond. What about the next particular product? The K group, that is potassium group, will combine with the halide. It will come out as KX. The OH group will combine with hydrogen and it will come out as the water molecule. Right? So obviously I have completed a saturated compound to unsaturated compound. So in this reaction I have my product as what? The alkene. Right? Now this was a very simple alkyl halide. Let us go for the higher group. In this example, I have an option. What kind of option I am talking about? The conditions will remain the same. I am doing out with the same particular reaction, that is dehydrohalogenation reaction. Now, in this particular case, yes, obviously I have forgot one thing, where the carbon which is attached directly with the functional group is called as alpha carbon atom, and the carbon which is attached with the next carbon atom, that is alpha carbon atom, is called as the beta carbon atom. Right? So, in this case, this is my alpha carbon atom. The carbon attached with the alpha carbon atom is called as beta carbon atom. Now in this particular case, carbon attached with the functional group, so alpha carbon atom, I have beta carbon atom over here and beta carbon atom on this particular side also. Now what happens in this particular case? Now I have my first option. I can go for the elimination as preferring this hydrogen and the halogen. Yes, of course, this is valid. So in this case, I get the product as CH3, CH2, the hydrogen I have eliminated for the first and the second one. So the double bond obviously between carbon atom number first and second. The other products will remain the same, that is my KX and H2O group. Name of this particular product, if I write it down in the condensed formula, I have CH3, CH2, CH, double bond CH2, which is nothing else my but1ene. Right? Now apart from this, also the possibility is there where I can eliminate the halogen and this hydrogen. Yes, of course, as per the rule it is valid. Now in this kind of elimination, I'll get the preferred product as CH CH, double bond CH, single bond CH3, which is nothing else but but2ene. The other product obviously will remain same, where I have my KX and H2O group. Now students, now come out with this confusion over here that which will be my preferred product. I have but1ene and I have but2ene. Now this confusion was made clear by a Russian chemist, Saidzev. Now what this chemist did? Now Saidzev, the Russian chemist, has studied n number of elimination reaction, and he concluded that in this elimination reaction where we have higher alkyl halide group, that product will be preferred in which we have greater number of the alkyl group attached to carbon double bond. I repeat, carbon to carbon double bond where I have greater number of alkyl group attached to it will be the major product. Let us observe these two reactions. I have my carbon to carbon double bond over here. How many alkyl group? To this particular, in this example, I have only one alkyl group which is attached to carbon double bond. That is my ethyl group. What about this particular product? Carbon to carbon double bond, I have two alkyl group attached to it, that is methyl group. One alkyl group, here I have two alkyl group. So as per the condition, we have carbon to carbon double bond, greater number of alkyl group will be the major product. I have one alkyl group, here I have my two alkyl group. So but2ene will be the major product, whereas but1ene will be designated as the minor product. And this is what is according to Saidzev rule. So in Saidzev rule, those product is preferred in which we have higher number of the alkyl group attached to it, right? So this is what is our elimination reaction. Last part of our chemical properties of halogen derivative. We are winding up with this reaction with active metals. Students, in this reaction we will be dealing out with two active metals. The first one is the reaction with magnesium. Reaction with magnesium. Very simple reaction where I have my alkyl halide which is made to react with this magnesium. The reaction is done in the presence of dry ether and we get RMgX group, that is alkyl magnesium halide. The famous name of this group, alkyl magnesium halide, is Grignard's reagent. Very famous reagent, Grignard's reagent. And this Grignard reagent, students, is very active compound, right? And the last reaction is with metallic sodium, which is called as Bird's reaction. Here in this reaction we are taking alkyl halides which react with the metallic sodium. Alkyl halides are mentioned. So we are taking two alkyl halide group. This reaction is also done in the presence of dry ether and we get our compound. Here this one combines and we have our major product, that is RR group, that is alkane along with NaX. In the reactant part we have 2X group, so I need to balance it by writing twice of NaX. Sodium becomes twice, so I have twice of sodium here. Let us see one example related with it. I have CH3Br reacts with the active metal sodium. So if I talk again with CH3Br group in the presence of dry ether, I have RR group, CH3, that is my ethane, along with NaX, that is NaBr. Br once here, twice in the reactant part, so twice of NaBr, sodium becomes twice, so twice of our sodium. This is my simple one. What happens when we take mixed alkyl halide? Mixed alkyl halide group, one example with methyl bromide, second one with ethyl bromide. If I am supposed to take it out, if I take this example, I get number of different particular alkene group. The reaction will be done same in the presence of dry ether. What will be the first one? In the first particular thing, when I am taking two different alkyl halide group, I'll get the similar group will be attached, that is CH3Br. I'll get CH3Br and CH3Br. Second option may this group will be combining with itself. So I have my C2H5 combining with C2H5. So C2H5 means I have my 4 of my carbon group. Rest other valencies will be completed with the hydrogen. And in the last option, this both different group will combine together. CH3 and C2H5. Twice of carbon, single carbon is total 3. So I get my propane. Right? The other conditions for that is everywhere will remain the same. That is each and everywhere I prefer my dry ether. This reaction is called as what? The Wurtz reaction. So this is the last part of our reaction, that is chemical properties of haloalkane, where we have winded up with, we have completed the substitution reaction, elimination reaction, and the last one, that is reaction with active metals, where we have seen the reaction with magnesium, where I get my a wonderful organometallic compound, that is Grignard's reagent, alkyl magnesium halide. Second one, we are making the reaction, or we are doing the reaction with sodium. So in sodium we get our alkane.